What's up guys, Maindric here with another RPG Maker VX Ace tutorial. In this tutorial what I'll be covering is editing the tile sheet sprites to be able to add water to whatever background you want. Now how RPG Maker currently works is, let's say I want to add this green water right here to the middle of my map, and I draw that in. As you can see on the edges, it's the wrong ground. It doesn't match the ground that you're currently using. Now you could use the one that's designed to use, but what if that doesn't fit your project quite the way you want it to that you want to use it? The way you would do this is to edit the sprite sheet. So I've already opened up the images where the water and the grass is at. That's these two right here. What you want to do is open the water up in GIMP. The reason why you want to open the water in GIMP is because you're going to be overwriting that file. And then you go to this tile, find the tileset it is right there, and drag it in. There you go. You got it in there. Now, bring the tileset behind the water you want to use. In our case, it's this guy, and you want to make sure the water's on top. And you got to make sure you are completely aligned in here. If you're out of alignment, things will look janky. Anyways, so now you got this in here, and you got the green water showing. You now want to go down to show the grass. So what you do is you go to your eraser, make sure it's the pixel unit, size 1, hard edge. All those are very important, so you set it exactly like that. You want to zoom in really close to the tile set and start. Whoops. You want to make sure you're on the correct layer. See how I was on the wrong layer? You got to make sure you're on the layer of the water. Anyways, you want to start erasing around the sand, removing all the old grass from the set. How I'm going to a straight line like this is I'm holding shift, and that's allowing me to do this all in straight lines. And I'm just filling in these gaps right here. Being careful to remove as little sand, preferably none of the sand as possible. And keep all the sand there. Now that I've got that removed, go into the next spot and continue. Control Z is a quick way to undo any accidental deletion. Just go all the way around everything. If there's small gaps in between, just go ahead and erase those, because we're just going to be threshold selecting all the rest, which I'll show you how to do that in a minute. Alright, once you have the outline all selected, what we're going to do is select the rectangular tool. Actually, something I should have had you do at the beginning. Just go to View, Snap to Grid, View, Show Grid. You go to Image, Configure Grid, and ensure that your width and height is set to 32. This process will be, at this point, will be so much easier if you do that. And now highlight exactly over the one you just worked on. Go to this fuzzy select tool, unselect anti-alias, threshold to the max, deselect, select transparent area. Now you want to hold left control and click on all the water. What you'll see happen is you'll deselect all of the non-water pieces. Leaving you selected with just what needs to be deleted. Then just hit delete. There you go, you have your first section completed. Now go back to the square tool, copy this, and paste it. What you're doing is you're going to slide this over exactly over the next piece that you're going to do. Ensure it's perfectly over it. Make this a new layer. Go to the fuzzy select tool again. This time, make threshold 0 and select transparent areas. Make sure that's checked. Now what you want to do is to hide, select all the transparent areas. Once the transparent areas are selected, including this top right corner, go back to the layer with the grass, delete. And then it goes right down there. Then you drag this over to the last frame. Make sure you deselect your current selection. Move back and make sure you're actually moving the proper layer. Oh, it's already over it, my bad. And repeat. When that's done, you can hide that layer. You can actually delete it. You don't need it anymore. And go back to your grass layer. I'm going to drag it on top so it can be easier to be seen. I only want it over this grass area right here. Now the next thing you want to do is check the grass. I went ahead and put the grass in the top layer and marquee it. Make sure you select exactly what you need to select. Then go to layer, crop to selection. So that way you got just the grass you need. And go ahead and duplicate that layer 3 times. Bring the water back up and drag each grass behind each frame of the water. And go ahead and export this by clicking Control E and replacing the file you had already opened, making sure you had already made a backup prior. Now let's go back to RPG Maker, and you see how it's like that now? When you go to another map and come back and reload, as you can tell, it is now using the grass tile we want to use. You can do this with any tile set. You can do this with these flowers right here. Go to the edge, remove them, put them over on top of whatever you want. You can also do that with a road. Replace that grass with whatever tile you want. You can put the make sure the road can go over the snow tile so the road can seamlessly travel from the snow to the grass. Because if you were to try to do that now, you wouldn't have much success. Let's say I have this area right here that's snowy, and I want to use this as a road. It comes down, and as you can see, it's overtaking the snow with the grass. You could try the shift-click method, but what you end up getting is still undesirable. And you can even go further with the shift-click method like this, but then you just get hard edges and it looks more square. So you can use that method I've shown you to make sure this road can go over the snow. Select the snow option, which isn't here because I didn't make it, and draw it over. Do the shift click over the snow, and bam, there you go. You have a seamless transition into snow with your newly made tile sets. Well, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe, and tune in for later. I have been live streaming on a fairly regular basis. Creation of RPG, a game I'm making RPG maker called Lost Soul, and I hope to see you tuned in there at some point. So, this is Maindric, and I'm heading out. Have a good one.